Envision started because it sounds really cliche, but we simply knew that there should be a higher standard that's out there. So we've seen, and I'm saying we, it's me and my business partner Duncan, we've ultimately seen the standards that's in the sector and in our industry, and we wanted to be the complete opposite of that. So we look at how certain organisations in this sector hold themselves, and we know that ultimately it's not right, and we want to do something completely different. Our founding principles are essentially, our core values are what we're all about, and what this business is founded on is the complete opposite of certain businesses in this sector, which actually ironically are getting a bit of bad press at the moment.
We use Envision predominantly for our mobile connections, and so as a company that has about 300 or so employees, 200 plus of those are driving tankers and tippers and other vehicles to client sites, and they all have to be in contact with us at all times, and they do that with their mobile devices, be it a tablet, be it a phone. It's essential that we have that mobile connection at all times, which of course mostly is in the form of a SIM card, and Envision provide all of those for us and keep us connected at all times.
It's not just a customer now. Yes, we want the sale, absolutely we do, you know, but we've also seen the industry take advantage of some customers as well. We've started engaging with these people. We've seen people lose jobs. We've seen people divorce over bad things, rising costs, not looking at contracts right. That customer will engage with and will help. There's no self-gain for us. We're there to help, to try and make that a little bit less of an impact to them. So the customer journey isn't just the customer now. It could start months ago, it could start years before that they're actually coming out. So the customer is somebody that is, for us, that's joined the journey. They've listened to that advice, they've come on board, they've trusted us. It doesn't matter if it's one user or we've got 1,500 users. It's that belief in us, they've listened to us, that know we're trustworthy to them.
I definitely recommend Envision for a few reasons. The first one being the customer service. Danny, Duncan, the guys there, absolutely second to none. Never not available, never not responsive to an issue, whether that be big, small, trivial, whatever it may be, they're always on hand to help. They're cost effective. Won't go into the deal we're on, but it's a favourable one. As I said, you don't get that feeling of being a brand new customer and then that kind of dies off. You always feel that the service is consistent.
Envision are different, they're very honest, it's based on transparency and loyalty from the start. None of these harsh midpoint reviews or contracts where you're stuck. We're also network agnostic, so we build direct with the network over every network, and we also have our own billing platform, so multi-network, everything onto one bill with a dedicated support team back end.
More so, I think, for the customer service. Being on the customer services side before and what we're going for in the future, I know that the guys that we work with in our team, we are very customer service based, and we'll go above and beyond to try and get everything that a customer needs and wants. And I think it's the customer service more so is important that you maybe not get anywhere else. So I think that's the most important thing that I think we can offer. A smooth sailing service whenever you need us. We've got 24/7 opening times for, if a customer really needs help with anything, then that's the most important thing.
Within this sector, and it's not about digging anybody else out, it's about why we exist in the first place. But within this sector, there's businesses that just don't do what's right by the customer, and it's never about what the customer does and what's right for them. It's all about ultimately what makes them the most money. So we're the complete opposite. We're network agnostic. We've got relationships with all networks. We won't push a customer down one route just because it makes us the most money. It's all about looking at what they need, looking at requirements, and what's best for them, what network's best for them, what coverage is best for them. Don't push in a direction. It's about being transparent and giving them options.
Envision, compared to other companies, is just on a different level. Other companies we've been with before, they made us feel insignificant, made us feel like we weren't good enough for them really. They wouldn't give us the help that we needed, but Envision, they will always be there. You've actually got a human being to talk to on the phone as well. It feels more personal. You feel like they're one and only priority at all times. They're just brilliant.
Okay, so a typical customer of Envision would be literally anybody from a one-man band right the way through to a PLC. So we've got clients of all sizes, literally again from one through to thousands of end users. Now they will come to us for things like a business mobile contract, through to us taking over their hosted phone systems, from their IT to their even just putting a lease line in and focusing on their connectivity, which is something that we do. You know, focus on their connectivity as a starting point, and gain the trust from a client, and naturally they'll have a great level of service and start talking to us about the other things that we do.
I would absolutely recommend Envision. There's a number of reasons really. Cost is one. They were able to reduce my monthly bills quite significantly, if I'm being honest, but also the level of service that they provide. I can always get hold of them on the phone whenever I need them, and I'm not having to wait on the phone 10-15 minutes to try and get through to someone.
Look, myself and Simon, we born Envision out of past experiences. We knew what was good, what was bad. We've worked from some in different companies, so we decided to remove the bad, keep the good. Now, everything has been built on trust, honesty, and a staff. We've gone to market, we've chose the best staff. You've probably seen from interviewing some of them as well. There's an actual belief in what we're doing. We're trying to change what's notoriously been a little bit of cloak and dagger industry, and opening up to UK businesses in the main, and just being normal people. We're talking them through. It is a minefield, an absolute minefield. When you're out there, where do I go? What do I do? What speeds can I get? What can I do for this? What network's best? It's honest, impartial, trustworthy advice. We've got some of the guys here that we say we're open from 9 till 5. You call them at 6:30 in the morning, they're picking up. You call them at 10 o'clock at night, they're picking up. Weekend, they pick up. It's an actual belief that we're doing right by UK businesses for their telecoms.
As long as I think we stay true to ourselves in terms of what we're about, and that's looking after customers, it's providing great support, providing this trustworthy approach of transparency in the way we deal with it. I think that naturally the business will continue to grow.
So the reason to choose Envision is we're going to do best by you. You go to a lot of other dealers, a lot of other, even the companies direct, they're going to push you in a direction that makes them the most money. We don't do that at Envision. We want to do what's best for our clients. Might not make us the most, but happy client, happy retention, more referrals, best for both of us.
We started using Envision, it must be about a year ago now. So we were with an incumbent provider who'd been with us sort of for about 18 years. And we just found that over those 18 years, just that the service had kind of dropped a bit. It was a bit like we were a safe bet, and so perhaps didn't need much input and so on. And we started just to feel a bit neglected, which is why we sort of started looking out for other possible parties who could look after all of our tech and communication connections. And so Envision came to tender for the tender that we put out, and they impressed us in a number of ways. For a start, that their bid that they came in was like a lot lower than we had been paying. So just on month in, month out, we were seeing a massive reduction in bills, which we are talking thousands of pounds per month. And so that was an obvious one.
So I think one of the things that sets Envision apart, and there's two things probably, but one of the key things is the staff that we have. So right from when we set this business up, there's a core of people, and that core of people still employed today. And it is, again, a bit of a cliche, but it is very much a family environment. It is, there's people that we really do care about. That's from me and Dunk, we care about them. And I think it's reciprocated in the same way, like we do about our customers, but it is very much that family type of environment that we've got. So the staff are brilliant, and this business wouldn't be where it is today without the staff that we've got. So you know, it's a great culture that we've got. People do probably like a family. They'll have a little disagreement and a fallout every now and again internally, but I think that's healthy. And actually, you know, we all get on. We get on outside of work. That's from socialising, from team building events. We've got a team building event coming up, which will be quite fun. Seeing people who are scared of heights up in treetops and a bit of a segue. It's just little things like that that keeps culture, people on their toes and stuff. But the staff are brilliant, and can't speak highly of them enough. That's knowledge, that's their attitude to customers, that's picking up, you know, a phone call at 6 o'clock in the morning, that's working until 10 o'clock at night if a customer needs support. I mean, we've had somebody answering like support on Christmas Day before because a customer's needed help. So they don't have to do that, right? It's you know, standard work times are 9 till 5, but they do. So the staff are great, and like I say, you know, it's really appreciated.
I've been doing this job about 10 years, and I've worked for 4 different companies now, and the big difference I see with Envision is it's more of that personal touch to the customers. Because we're quite a small business, you kind of get that personal touch compared to where you're working with a bigger business. I don't want to put any big business down, but things get diluted when you're with a bigger company. So if a customer has issues or anything like that, it's one point of contact. They deal with it from start to finish, and I feel like we're resolving issues quicker as well. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons why, if I was a customer, I'd choose Envision, is for that personal touch.
It's great. You know, we're a very close-knit team, a little bit, you know, we're all friends as well, which is sometimes not so much a good thing. But we all get on really well. Everyone's sometimes too honest, but again, if you've got something wrong, everyone's open and honest about it, and it's just a fun place to be as well.
We've dealt with many providers in the past, and what we've always found is they're very difficult to get hold of. It's been very difficult to upgrade. Understanding the contract has been quite difficult, but what Envision has been able to do is simplify all of that and make it easy to deal with.
You get a lot of support from the directors. The team are a really good laugh, really knowledgeable. I've worked with them all for years, so it's a really good dynamic that we've got going here at Envision.
So working at Envision is fantastic. Work with a great team of people. Both directors are extremely hands-on, so they're there to help and assist and give you any advice that's needed.
I've worked for various companies before, and it never really had the, should we say, flexibility, you know, the accommodation that the guys give us here. It's always a good vibe. There's never really any negativity, that it's not really like squashed or nothing that can be sorted. Everything's pretty peaceful. You're well looked after here. There's not much more you can say really. It's a nice place to be. You're happy, you know, when you get up in the morning, you want to go to work. Whereas, you know, I've been places before where you wake up and you think, oh, I don't want to do this. But obviously, it's different here. It's good.